Hello, Veronica. It's Mr. Shawn again here, ready to read another story for you. Hope things are going well for you and for your family. I'm still doing good. Still at home working. Hopefully, we'll get back to work soon, but we'll see what happens. I hope that you're doing well out of school. Maybe Mrs. Loudin was giving you homework and things while you were away, but I hope it's going good. So here's today's story. Don't Hurt It, written by Anne Harth. What is that thing? Like something on the ceiling, maybe a moth or a butterfly. Wings here, the body, the thorax, legs, antenna, and the eyes. This looks like a big eye right here, doesn't it? Flit, flap, flit. A moth fluttered against the inside of the window. There it is. Do you ever see moths? A little bit different than butterflies. Moths have different kind of wings, look a little bit different. Well, they do look a lot like butterflies. Terrell watched flop, flutter, flit. The moth was creamy brown. Its antennae looked like tiny feathers. Calvin ran into the room looking for his shoes. What are you watching? He asked. Terrell pointed. A moth. Calvin said, I'll get rid of it. He raised his hand to slap the moth. Yeah, some people kill them. I don't like them in the house, so I try to get them out of the house if they're inside. Usually they're by a light, because they like the light. No, Terrell said. Calvin glanced at Terrell. No? He asked. Don't hurt it, Terrell said. The moth saw its chance. It fluttered away from the window. It landed on the ceiling. Its wings opened and closed. Yeah, there he is on the ceiling. Calvin shrugged. Hey, Mom. He called, I'm going out. He left. Terrell lay on the floor. He looked up at the moth. It had one black dot on each wing that looked like eyes. Yep. I don't know if you ever have been to the Meyer Gardens when they have their butterfly exhibit, usually in April and May. They have all kinds of butterflies and moths. And a lot of them have these big dots on their wings that look like eyes. Ebony wandered in with a book. She sat on the couch. The moth fluttered from the ceiling. It fluttered over Ebony's open book. Yuck! She waved her hand. Go away. Yeah, like being bothered by moths or stuff, flies. I don't like that. The moth landed on a page of her book. Ebony started to flick it with her finger. No, Terrell yelled. Don't hurt it. Yeah, you could get rid of it, remove it. Ebony turned to look at Terrell. The moth saw its chance. It fluttered away. It landed on the window curtains. Terrell moved close to the moth. Its body was fuzzy. Black, shiny eyes looked at him. Yeah, the body of moths are usually kind of fuzzy. They look kind of a cross between a caterpillar and a butterfly. Whoosh, zoom, whoosh. Mom came in with the vacuum cleaner. She vacuumed under the stairs and under the tables. She moved closer to the curtains. There's the vacuum. Do you help Mom with the vacuuming? My son likes to vacuum. It's one of his favorite jobs to do. I like to vacuum too. It's kind of fun. Oh, you don't belong here, she said to the moth. She raised the vacuum cleaner hose. She moved it towards the moth. No, yelled Terrell. He likes that moth, doesn't he? What? Said Mom. Don't hurt it. Mom turned off the vacuum. Okay, then take the moth outside. Yep, they should be outside, not inside. So let's see how Terrell catches it. Terrell crept closer to the moth. It's not safe for you here, he whispered. Yep, he's got to get it outside. He cupped his hands around it. The moth's wings tickled his palms. Terrell carried the moth downstairs and outside. He opened his hands to free the moth. There it goes. It was nice that he released the moth outside. The moth was still for a minute. It opened its wings and closed them again. You're welcome, Terrell said. The moth fluttered away. Here it goes. Whoosh! Why does Calvin run into the room? How would you describe the moth's body? Who is the second person to almost hurt the moth? How does Terrell feel about the moth? So, why did Calvin run into the room? Let's go back. What was he looking for? What was Calvin looking for when he ran into the room? Was he looking for his pants or his hat or some socks? No, he was looking for his shoes. So now that we see the body of the moth, what does it look like? How would you describe it? To me, the body almost looks like a worm in this picture, but Calvin or Terrell, I think, said it was fuzzy, but I don't see a lot of fuzz on it here. So, who was the second person that almost hurt the moth? Do you remember what her name was? Who was it? Who was this person? Remember? Her name was Ebony. And who do you think Ebony is in relation to Terrell? You think it's his aunt or his mom, a cousin? I think probably she's his sister from the way it looks. Could be a cousin, probably his sister. So, how does Terrell feel about the moth? I would say he's very protective about the moth. He doesn't want anybody to hurt it. So, he is protecting it from everyone. All right, Veronica, that's our story for today. I hope things are going well for you and you're doing well. So, take care until next time. Bye bye.